Hello, everybody. RJ Boudreau here, coming to you as the Michigan Wrestling Association president. I'm also a counselor and teacher at Lowell, or counselor and coach at Lowell High School. And today we have Brian Richardson, the head wrestling coach at Rockford High School. He also coaches football. He's been coaching for over 30 years and been teaching at Rockford and other schools for 29 years. So he's in the 29th year as an educator. And we just want to hear from him about some things that he's dealing with through this pandemic, through the winter sports pause, and why he thinks winter sports needs to be reinstated as soon as possible, immediately. So, Brian, go ahead.
Well, hey, thanks, RJ. I think this is an awesome opportunity to talk to our coaches. I mean, we need to have a call to action. This is the craziest thing I've ever been through, and I think this is our opportunity to stand up and try to unify as coaches. I'm here to plead to the rest of the coaches in the state of Michigan to just stand up and advocate for our kids. That's exactly why I'm here. It's all about the kids, and I just think it's my duty right now to stand up and fight for a season for all of our kids. To my knowledge, we're the only state that doesn't have winter sports going right now. And I can't comprehend that. I've watched what's happened to our kids through this pandemic, and it's been rough on them. Educationally, we had a pause, and then we started teaching online, and then we came back in the fall, and then we've had pause, and we're currently right now doing a hybrid schedule. And these kids have been through so much, the stops, the starts, and delays. And I've coached football through this. I'm a varsity football coach as well, and just watched what's happened there. And with our wrestling season, I think we were supposed to start on November 16th, and now we're scheduled for a February 21st start. That's 3 months delay, and we've been putting these kids through the ringer, and I've seen a lot of good things, but there's a lot of things that concern me too. The mental well-being of our kids. I look at the grades in my classroom. The grades are just around our district, and I statewide. Kids are suffering. They're not succeeding well in this crazy environment that we're putting them in. There's just no continuity. There's no patterns, no routines for these kids, and they need it. They thrive on it. They were made for it, especially our wrestler kids. They love routines. They love to set goals. They love to work for things, and I want, like anything, to get a season for these kids, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, you being as the football coach, you guys got to have a season, and there was a pause at the beginning. So talk to me about like when you got your football players back and the changes that you saw from just simply being involved in sport.
Well, the football season, it was a crazy ride. It was the longest football season in history. And there was so many. You talk about a roller coaster ride. In August, I'll never forget being with our kids on the field when we got shut down the first time, and what that felt like, and the tears, not only from the kids but from the coaches as well. That was heartbreaking. And then we had the pause. We missed our first 3 games, and then we were able to come back, and just the sheer joy when we got the news that we could come back. And that first day back with the kids, it was, I felt like I was at a 10-year-old birthday party. I mean, we were jumping up and down, and we were hugging each other. Probably not good social distancing, but we were as happy as you could possibly be. And then we stayed on the roller coaster ride, and I watched these kids, have it taken away from them. We had some COVID issues. We missed a couple games because of that. We got into the playoffs. We won a couple games, great fun stuff for the kids. and we got a huge delay through the Christmas break. We started up for a couple days, and then we got shut down again and started up. We're practicing outside in January. It was crazy, and it was hard on the kids, and it was hard keeping kids engaged because you had to keep them. We were still doing class. We had to keep them engaged there, and that was a challenge. It's just keeping your kids on a positive trajectory and doing that in the classroom too. There were some struggles there, but I'll tell you this from that whole ride too. Every single day we went to practice, those kids wanted to be there. They loved being there. It was the funnest ride ever. Like I said, it was a long football season, but every single practice we were at, we were having fun the whole way through. And we were so thankful for any opportunity to play. Even through the ups and the downs, these kids they were begging. They were begging to play. And the light in their eyes when they got those opportunities to just come to practice, invaluable. And I so want that for our wrestlers. They need it.
And you're a guy that, you guys did it safely. You made the safety of your kids, I think, was number one. I think you're somebody who even experienced COVID. So you kind of can speak to that yourself. I mean, we are not trying to do this because it's unsafe. We're not trying to push wrestling or winter contact sports in an unsafe manner. I think we're trying to do it in a safe manner. And it's the reward far outweighs the risk right now in our minds, because these kids need this for their lives, not just to play. They need it for many other reasons. And can you speak to that for maybe a minute or so? We're going to run out of time here.
Right. Well, certainly those rewards, we've known about those rewards forever. And yes, there's a risk factor. There's a risk factor when there wasn't COVID playing sports, of injuries and all kinds of stuff. So just the opportunity, to put together a plan. The MHSA has given us great guidelines. Wearing masks in practice, we're doing it. We're social distancing, we're staying in small pods. The rewards that these kids are going to get out of an opportunity to compete. Yes, there's risks, but they need this more than anything for their mental health. It teaches these young men how to be men. And if we take this away, they've got nothing. There's no direction there for them. We got a chance to, yes, teach the sport of wrestling, but we got a bigger opportunity to teach these to be young men of character. And that's what we're dying for. And they need it. They want it. They're begging for it. They'll do whatever they have to do, with, like I said, the mask, the social distancing, the staying in small groups. We're alternating practice times so we can get, small groups in the locker room and small groups out of the locker room. And, we're doing our very best to just keep kids socially distanced at all times. And I believe there's a great plan the MHSA put forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what we need from everyone out there that's watching this video is for you to get behind us. We need you to contact your local government officials and let them know the need for our kids to be involved in school programming, not just wrestling, winter contact sports, especially right now because that's being taken away, but any kind of school programming. Right now, the Michigan Wrestling Association, you can find information on the MWA at michigangrappler.com. And all of our contact information is there for all the different regions and executive board members. Contact us. We can show you how to and where to send those letters or those reaches to the government and the Michigan Department of Health. So please reach out, please get behind us and help coaches like Mr. Richardson be able to work with his kids and possibly save a life. Brian,
now's the time. Now is the time. If we're ever going to stand up and do anything, now is the time.
All right. Thank you, Brian, and good luck in this cause.
Thanks, RJ. Good luck to you too.
Thanks.